NUC NFL Draft Bible on location.
Rick Serritella here on location, Miami Mike Sports Zone. We have the legend himself, Mark Super Duper, in the building here. Miami Mike in California on the live stream, and we're doing a three-way audio conference call, bringing it to you live, and Mike's gonna ask Mark some questions. If you guys have a question, we might be able to take a question or two from social media, and we'll toss it over to Mike for the first question.
Hey guys, it's Miami Mike here from Malibu. How you doing, Duper? What's up, Super Duper?
I'm doing just fine. I can't believe I drove 900 miles to see you, and you in California.
I'm sorry. But I'm going to catch you on the rebound on the way back. But first of all of our fans out there, all of our followers, Super Duper, how the hell are you? How's everything going?
Everything is fine. I'm sitting here, and we talking about old times, and we talking about football, baseball, basketball. We're just having the ball over here.
Talking football.
Always talking football. Dude, 59 touchdown catches in the NFL. Some people dream about making NFL, don't ever have an opportunity. We're here in Malibu. You've gotten 59 in your NFL career. Unbelievable career. Tell us some of your thoughts on some of the great catches and some of the great exciting touchdowns that you had in the NFL with the Dolphins.
We had a lot of great catches with the Dolphins. Matter of fact, since I'm down here in New Jersey, New York, a lot of great catches against the Jets. I can tell you some of them. All of them almost.
Pounding the Jets. You're still pounding the Jets.
I'm still pounding the Jets.
He loves playing in Jersey.
and you know who I talk to all the time? Bobby Jackson from the Jets. Me and him talk all the time.
How about, tell us about the legendary coach that you played under, Coach Don Shula.
Oh,
yeah. His health is going up and down now. He's getting up there in age. But he's a battler. He's a tough man. Tell us how he was as your coach and as your leader. Because he was the leader as the Dolphins back in the day. Tell us a little bit about Coach Shula.
The question coming in from Mike is thoughts on Don Shula. Mark?
Well, first of all, I have all respect for Coach Shula because you know, Mike, that he drafted me in the second round, and I only played 1 year of college football, and I couldn't understand why he would come in the second round and draft me. Now I know why, because he knew that I was going to be a great player. Coach Shula is one of the type of person that he gets everything out of you as a player, and he's a motivator. And he does it a different way from everybody else does it. Sometimes he makes you want to take his head off, but you know that he means good and he wants to win. And that's what I liked about him. He pushed you to the limit, and you know what? I wish he would have pushed me more than what he pushed me, because he did make me a great player.
Excellent. Once again, this is Miami Mike. We're here calling in Malibu, California. Now, Duper, you know, legendary Dan Marino was your quarterback. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best, if not the best of all time. Tell us, what was it like catching passes from the legend Dan Marino? Not only throwing the game, but how was it at practice? Was he throwing bullets at practice?
Thoughts on Dan Marino?
Dan Marino was not only a great quarterback in the game, but he was a great player on the practice field. The reason why we did so well with all these receivers, tight end, and running back is because we worked it so hard on the practice field. He was a great practice player, and he was a great player in a game. One thing about Dan Marino I like, he would take chances and make you make great players. That's why Clayton and I was so good.
And once again, that was another plus for Don Shula. When all the other GMs and head coaches did not draft Dan Marino, Coach Shula took the gamble, which was no gamble on our part, but from all the man press he got as a senior, he went ahead and drafted Marino, and once again, him and Marino, they're like family, and it's been great. But getting back, tell our fans about a game day Sunday. What was it like, you know, knowing that you're going to go out and go to all you have to wait Marino? What was it like getting ready for Sunday game day and the excitement knowing you're going to catch passes all over the field?
So the question coming in from Mike is talking about playing in that high-powered Dolphins offense where the NFL didn't really throw like they threw today, but you guys were winging it and flinging it. The Chargers were throwing the ball out then. But what was it like playing with Marino, having Clayton opposite of you?
Well, you know, that's one thing, Mike, that you touched upon. But you remember that the Dolphins is the first team in the NFL came out with 4 wide receivers. Nat Moore, Mark Clayton, Mark Duper, and Joe Rose, and the other receivers that came in afterward. I personally lost my train of thought just now, but it's okay. I'm gonna get it back. Hold on.
Playing in that Dolphins offense.
Playing that Dolphin offense. There we go. Playing in the Dolphins offense was one of the greatest offense at that time because, Mike, you know, I was new to football. I didn't know anything about football, and you know the thing is that we got at least 5 to 6 balls a game thrown to us, and that was great. But now, how many balls do receivers get thrown to them? But 15 of them. Oh, yeah. If we'd have got that, we'd have racked up more stats than what we have now.
Went up there with the guys who played the 49ers, which was like a home game for them. Tell us about your Super Bowl experience.
It was terrible, Mike. We lost.
But you know what? The fact was, it was real. Get back there, so far. But the fact that we made it, we got there, we had that wonderful experience. Was there anything positive that came out of it for you?
Oh, almost definite. That, you know, going to the Super Bowl, you got to remember, I went twice to the Super Bowl. I went on my rookie year when we went against Washington. Washington's beat us, and then I went with Dan Marino. And like you say,
John Rickens, right?
Right, John Reagan, that's what it was. But like you say, we thought that we was going to be that just about every year. But we just somehow we couldn't put it together, offense and defense together. Remember, defense wins Super Bowl. Offense keep you in the game. And we just couldn't put those two together. And that's one of the reasons why we never could get back to the big game.
I understand. So, a few more questions and I'll wrap it up for you. The NFL now, they have the big receivers on the outside. Everybody stresses so much about having the big receivers. Back in your day, it was all the small receivers. What are your thoughts now about the NFL, the game going to the big tall receiver, not so much the quick smaller guy now on the outside? What are your thoughts about the game now?
Thoughts about big receivers versus smaller receivers, the way the trend is in the NFL today compared to when you played, Mark?
Well, you know, compared today, the big receivers, you know, like now, I'm not knocking the receivers in the NFL because you know they have a lot of great receivers. But back then, we ran routes. We ran to get open. We had set drop backs throwing the football. The big receivers today, they toss the ball up and they fight for the ball. You ever notice that? How many times you ever see a receiver just wide open like Mark Duper and Mark Clayton used to be? You don't see it that often anymore. But you know, you do have an advantage with a big receiver with a small cornerback. But we were small, but we were still getting open.
I understand. One more question, Mark, and we'll let you go. Once again, this is Miami Mike coming from Malibu, California. Hey, Mark, tell us about the new stadium renovation there in Miami, the new Dolphins Stadium. What are your thoughts? I mean, I love the Orange Bowl, but now it's beautiful. What are your thoughts on the new stadium down there in South Florida?
Dolphins' new stadium renovations.
Dolphins' new stadium renovation is going to be great for the fans. The players going to still be hot because it's still in the sun. But you know what? It's going to be an interesting game to watch the players, and that way the fans won't be so hot. I'm excited about that new stadium.
Yeah, you and I both. Well, Mark, I want to thank you for your time today. I look forward to catching you on your way back from your trip this summer, and thank you for joining us in Miami Mike's. This is Miami Mike, coming to you from Malibu, California. We're coast to coast. Thank you for joining us. Oh, baby, game on.
Game on. We'll see you back in Jersey, Mike. Real quick, let's wrap it up with Mark Duper, just because we have you here. And I think you had a chance to meet the new head coach, too, right?
Yes, I did.
So give us your impressions, early impressions, on Adam Gase heading into his first year.
You know, Coach Adam is a young coach, and we really don't know what to expect for him. But what I know about him, he's very aggressive. I think he's going to take control of the players, and I think he's going to take control of everything that's going on with the Dolphins right now for us playing football. I'm looking great things about him.
And last one for me here on the Facebook Live. We're taping with Mark Duper here. I'm just curious to know who's a guy where you lined up opposite of you, or you're game planning going into that game week, and you just know this guy's going to bring it, or somebody that just gave you trouble, really was a tough one-on-one matchup for you. Any one person stand out?
Well, Raymond Claiborne, I used to play against him every game. I used to love to play against Mike Haynes, Lester Hayes, all those guys. I'm not knocking those guys, but I did get open on all those guys, and they covered me just a little bit, not much. But I think the biggest one is that with Buffalo, because Buffalo beat us so bad, like we couldn't win a game, like the playoffs. Buffalo went to the Super Bowl four times, and they had to go through us to make it. It depends. The reason why they were so good, because the defensive line would get there. So all they had to do is play the bump and run with the shade you on the inside, and get to Dan Marino, and their cover scheme works. That was the hardest thing in my life against Buffalo.
That was a tough team.
Tough team. Yeah.
All right. And anything else here before we wrap it up? Maybe we'll have you at Miami Mike's again sometime in the near future. But any websites or things coming up that you want to get out there?
Well, a lot of things I want to get out there, but I can't really think about it right now. But no, I'm very happy to be here. I did a promotion with Miami Mike's about, I guess, 15 years ago, and you know what? You guys, the place still look good and still the same.
Not much has changed.
Not much have changed.
So thanks for all the support out there. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the Dolphins fans, the football fans. We'll be back here every Sunday during the football season. Dolphins Nation, fins up. You know how we get down here. But for Rick Serritella, Miami Mike, and Mark Duper signing off for the NFL Draft Bible.com. We appreciate all the support out there. Thanks a lot, Mark.
All right. Peace
appreciate
out.
You.
Okay.
NUC NFL Draft Bible on location.